Good morning, everyone. Clint McLaughlin here with Midwest Market Management. It's Tuesday, May 27th. Just coming back from a 3-day weekend here, so we do not have any crop progress out. That'll be out this afternoon, delayed for the holiday. Got Riley Sykard on with me here today. How are you today, Riley?
Doing pretty good. Definitely enjoyed the 3-day weekend. Weather-wise, looking forward into this week. Not a whole lot of changes, but definitely stuff worth looking at. So
Yeah, we had a very nice, weather for day-to-day life here. No rain over the weekend, which was actually pretty much what we need here in Northeast Wisconsin. What were you guys looking at down there?
pretty dry, a little bit of higher winds, but nothing too serious. I mean, overall stuff dried out. Memorial Day, we saw a cloud cover come, and I heard some areas caught some rain last night into this morning, but here we pretty much missed it.
10-4. Well, what do we got moving forward? Let's just jump right into these Marcus Weather Group maps and see what we've got moving forward for the weekend and beyond.
Sounds good. Looking at this week, temperatures looking to stay fairly mild here through Thursday. Maybe it's different where you are. I'm showing Friday. We're supposed to start heating up. So this 1 to 5 day temperatures pretty much everywhere looking to be in the 70s, unless you go more to the deep south where you're seeing some 80-degree temps. But overall, mild temperatures. 6 to 10 day, then we're finally starting to heat up, and crops that are young and out of the ground, and a lot of areas right now have sufficient moisture. Heat is exactly what they could use to really just have this crop pop and grow. So seeing temperatures in that 6 to 10 day with a lot of area in the upper 70s to lower 80s, that's exactly what we want to see is on the producer. So not any issues with the temperature side. If anything, looking to be more ideal as we look ahead. So good to see that there. Look at the last 13 days of rainfall. Not really anything new that was added to this. Those solid rains in the Dakotas, and they dipped down into Nebraska. Then that cell that moved from central Minnesota southeast down through. Those were the big rains last 10 days or so. And these from the eastern corn belt was stuff from that right at 2 weeks ago now. So not really any significant things that were missed in the last 2 weeks of forecasts. So
Yeah, and this is just a reminder, Riley, that, if rain makes grain, if you believe in that mentality, it is difficult to find the issues here. Certainly, every year that you have this type of widespread rains, you're going to have isolated areas that are problematic. But from a national yield perspective, it's getting very difficult to find where we have any major issues that are not being offset by the rain somewhere else. So, it's not even June yet, so there's a lot of growing season ahead of us. But boy, as we flip this calendar to June, Riley, we are well watered and got some ideal temperatures coming in the forecast, and things are really looking good.
yep, especially we'll get a good grasp on where USDA thinks we're sitting at when we get a crop progress. The first NASS report comes out this afternoon, so that'll be good to see what everybody else thinks of where conditions are right now. And then planning progress, that one region we did that special broadcast for to the south, we'll see how those states progress on the planning side to see if they maybe are getting a window here to catch up. So if those issues are put to bed, I mean, we're about as ideal as conditions can go right now when you're looking towards a national yield and from a national perspective. So
Sure. What do we got in the forecast here? Oh, surface soil moisture. Yeah, this is always a good map.
surface soil, kind of an interesting one, showing that northern half of Illinois, Iowa, then Kansas looks to be pretty dry in that probably northeast half of the state. So surface soil saying there definitely could be some rainfall that's well received once again. I wouldn't say anybody's in a dire need, especially if you move to the subsoil. There's not really anybody in a critical orange to, even getting into that brown. Areas in Nebraska could maybe use a touch up, but when you look at the soil moisture, I mean, for sitting here moving into the beginning of June, this is kind of weird to see that there's not more orange on the chart. So stuff looking good there. Moving into the 1 to 5 day. Some chances in Illinois for some smaller rainfall. Kansas maybe looking to get some help that it desperately needs down there. Other than that, most of the rain looking to stay pretty far to the south. And Clint, you have a better grasp on me. What are you hearing out of the Delta? I mean, are they looking to get some rain down there right now, or what are you hearing?
For the most part, no, and a lot of that is irrigated down there as well. So they got that backup power there, and I mean, as we've watched the maps this season, I would say if they've got any bit of anything issue wise, it would be probably too much rain. So they've been battling a little bit too much moisture, but again, it's creating. It's making life more difficult, and you got to pick and choose where they're going and where they're not going, and spraying and all of those things. But from a national yield perspective, it's not setting anything back that I'm aware of.
Fair enough. The one region that we are continuing to watch, that southern area of Illinois, southern Indiana, and then that northwestern side of Kentucky and even Ohio. Those are the regions that have kind of been absolutely crushed by rainfall. A lot of guys hopefully looking to get a lot of stuff stuck in the ground here and get their planting wrapped up. But those are the only region of concern, I'd say, when we're looking at the planting side of things. I think almost everybody else is completely done at this point. Would you agree?
Yeah, I'd be interested to see tonight's report. But yeah, I would think that the majority of the crop will be in. The percentage might be down, the percentage will, reflect that area that's not planted, but the remainder of the country should be pushing towards 100% sold. I know we still got a fair amount of planting to do here in Wisconsin. Sean was over in central Wisconsin. There was still a lot of activity over the weekend, but we've got some, mild chances of rain this week. So I would think we ought to be wrapping things up here as well before too long.
Gotcha. And moving in the 6 to 10 day, guys that don't have stuff done, especially that eastern side, finally starting to see some dryness in that region. Maybe that can be what that time frame they need, given you are at that 1st of June through 5th of June. So you are at the point where you can start taking some prevent plant, but curious to see how much of that actually happens.
My guess is it'll be very minimal if these forecasts hold, because here you got to the 5th of June. So some of these plant dates are May 30th, 31st. Some are the 5th of June, depending on you're kind of getting down into dividing line in this area. But yeah, you just got to take into consideration that 55% of the value of your crop insurance is what you would get on corn. If you have the extra option, it would get you back up to 60%. So nobody wants to take 60% of the value of their insurance policy. So there will be a lot of incentive to continue pushing. If the weather is going to allow them to get in 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th of June, Riley, I just have a hard time seeing them turn that opportunity down.
Yep, I agree. So finally finishing up here, the 1 to 13 day, where it just kind of puts everything together. Looks a little darker than you'd expect it to. Some of that is that 10 to 13 day region. And you and I have mentioned that before. It's very hard to actually predict rainfall that far out. So I kind of take that with more of a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, some rains for some regions that need it. Eastern half of Iowa looking to get solid rains. Definitely would not be disappointed there. Kansas, anything other than that western chunk that got whacked pretty hard here last 10 days. I mean, everybody else desperately in need of rain over there. So overall, I can't say there's really any storylines to be looking at other than that eastern belt. So that's all I got for you today, Clint.
Sounds good, Riley. Well, I appreciate you putting Marcus Weather Group maps here together for us. As always, guys, if you'd like to get this emailed to you or text message to you, you can check us out at midwestmarketmanagement.net. You can get signed up to receive that there. We also send out our price zones, which is a text message service for our forward contracting. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks a lot. We'll be back on Thursday. Have a great day.
This material has been prepared by a sales or trading employee or agent of Midwest Market Management and is in the nature of a solicitation. This material is not a research report prepared by of Midwest Market Management Research Department. By accepting this communication, you agree that you are an experienced user of the futures markets, capable of making independent trading decisions, and agree that you are not and will not rely solely on this communication in making trading decisions. Distribution in some jurisdictions may be prohibited or restricted by law. Persons in possession of this communication indirectly should inform themselves about and observe any such prohibition or restrictions. To the extent that you have received this communication indirectly and solicitations are prohibited in your jurisdiction without registration, the market commentary in this communication should not be considered a solicitation. The risk of loss in trading futures and/or options is substantial, and each investor and/or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated by simulated historical tests of strategies, is not indicative of future results. Trading advice is based on information taken from trades and statistical services and other sources that of Midwest Market Management believes are reliable. We do not guarantee that such information is accurate or complete, and it should not be relied upon as such. Trading advice reflects our good faith judgment at a specific time and is subject to change without notice. There is no guarantee that the advice we give will result in profitable trades.